going back through memory lane, talking through some of our best and our worst draft calls through the years. We're looking at all the rookie contracts that made ESPN's top 10 position list and talking through where we missed, where we were right, trends, and diving into some NFL team building strategies on the Draft Pod today. Starting now. DNVR Draft Pod. We're doing it, baby. That's right. Live from the Toyota Lounge in downtown Denver on the corner of Colfax and York above the DNVR bar. It's the Draft Pod. We are back, of course, from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. I'm joined by two of my favorite people, and those people are Dion Smith twice, our superstar producer, best in the business.
There we go.
No, I kid. Of course, love Henry and Jake. I really miss podcasting with you guys on Monday.
Yeah.
I was doing things for youth in our community, so
Really? What did you do for them?
Youth took precedence. I actually explained our career paths.
Really?
What it is we do. Tried to sell them on the dream. You too could do this.
Convince them to just go to Italy for a bit and then come back? Because, that was your path. You go there.
I take pretty mild time off in Italy. Okay, I don't appreciate that.
No,
Henry.
I don't mean in the summers. I mean
Also,
as your life path. I mean your life path. Remember the years in Italy?
Italy didn't come up.
Did you tell him to move 2,000 miles away from home?
What about raviolis?
If you would, Henry, no, I'm wrong. Also, I mistakenly called him Zach at the end of the Friday show.
I was standing here and I saw that.
Deeply. I messed up big time. No, so the kids were great. If I may, in the circle of trust right now.
Yeah. Just me,
please,
you,
no one
Dion,
send this link to Big Brothers Big Sisters.
the entire internet.
The kids had bingo cards to fill out as they're going table to table and talking to people. So they'd ask a question sometimes, and I'd be, as I'm known to do, give a passionate answer, only to realize midway through my response, they're kind of sliding over their bingo card and tapping on like, could you now cross off that you told me your career path, which was one of the bingo cards, for example. So,
we should play some Dre bingo.
Love the kids.
We all get bingo cards.
I think on the Draft Pod it'd be great. Like drink every time I give you. We're doing it.
We just need a chat bingo card.
Yeah. In my monthly meetings, like every F-bomb I drop would be electric.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure you could come up with some good ones.
Every time the word projections comes up.
Projection. I mean,
name
I have
is
some
mispronounced.
Good ones. Yeah, mispronounced names.
They're not in the company.
When I just like go drive right past saying something that Todd would have gone pause for.
Oh yeah.
Instead, I just like interior penetration on, against tight ends or whatever, and I just keep straight blinders on, no problem.
Yeah, I know.
It happens a bazillion times a year on this podcast.
Yeah,
tight ends.
It's wild that it happens so much.
I only found out reason. Jake would love nothing more than to just crack up, but I'm stone cold as I deliver. He just has to move on. It's crazy. Quite the intellectually stimulating Draft Pod. That's a good tweet to advertise our Draft Pod.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got quite the intellectually stimulating Draft Pod for you.
I thought that was a bot.
Very excited. No, it's not a bot, Henry.
Wow.
Very excited to do this one. Hank, would you do me a favor and introduce those top 10 articles that you have been talking about so brilliantly all week?
I thought you talked about them brilliantly.
Thanks, man.
Well, there we go.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So ESPN does top 10s. And the way they do them is they send these sheets out to all sorts of different people. And this year they got 70 responses from coaches and execs and scouts. and they all rank top 10 at each position. And then ESPN takes those top 10s, compile them into a consensus top 10, and then that's how the top 10 rankings are created.
Well
Beautiful.
done.
So yes, it is ESPN, but it's an ESPN survey of
Remember when ESPN was cool?
executives around the NFL. We could do
Oh,
a
man,
whole
we could.
We do a
show
whole
on that.
week on that.
In fact, I was watching the Tennis Channel this week, and I was like, oh, the reason I love this so much is it's just live sports or highlights all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I used to just watch ESPN all the time.
Yeah.
Is Chris Fowler still doing tennis?
Nobody knows.
No, he did Wimbledon. It was electric.
I remember
It
the
was
first time I watched
All-time
a
great
tennis
buff.
match, and like I was like, oh, like that's like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood thing. Like that's my guy. Like
Yeah.
Did you
Wow.
know that GIF is from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? You probably haven't
Oh,
seen
no,
a movie in 15
I
years.
have seen that
you?
movie. I was talking.
You saw that movie?
I said on the previous podcast that will air later, so be ready for it.
Whoa.
That Lexi
Pre-recorded podcast?
Yes, that Lexi was gone. Which we were talking about this before. I was like, oh, this one's live.
you know about
Throws
this.
me off. Remember, there's a daily pre-recorded podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Point is, I knew.
I wonder what if that podcast never airs.
What
you know what I'm
if?
saying?
What if? Point is,
Oh, Lord.
over the weekend,
Oh, boy.
Lexi was gone, and so I had to pick movies that I knew
Shout
she
out
wouldn't
to her.
like. That famously a movie she did not like at all,
Oh,
which was a real shame because it was a long one. But I got to watch The Passion of the Christ for the first time because Lexi was gone. Movies in Aramaic, not up her alley.
fact. Next time we do a show together, I'll be on break here and there, so it might be a week or so.
Oh yeah.
Would you be able to give me Lexi's Quentin Tarantino flicks power
Wow.
rankings?
Yeah.
I would
would be
love to
electric.
hear the input on that.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
where does she rank the Kill Bills? You know,
Wow.
I'd love to
Do
know
you
that.
separate the Kill Bills?
We could do a
I mean,
separate list
I
of
think
movies
You have to.
that I thought she would really enjoy and totally fall. Independence Day.
Oh my
Who
gosh,
doesn't
I
like
would
movie
love
Independence
that.
Day? It's
I
like,
haven't
no,
seen that.
no, Aliens not interested. Okay.
Which one's Independence Day?
Will Smith, the Aliens.
Men in Black?
No,
Zapping
no.
memories?
Separate Will Smith with Aliens. Crazy. He really
It's
has
the
a-
one with the "Don't Want to Close My Eyes" song, right?
I don't.
Liv Tyler's in
Recognize
Yeah,
it?
the
the
song.
Aerosmith song, right?
No, that's Armageddon.
Oh yes,
Oh.
yes.
But no, basically aliens come. Will Smith saves us.
Well, I hope none of you were planning on watching that movie for the first time
Or
tonight,
does it?
because spoiler alert. Okay,
You are asking all
It's like
about
30
it.
years
so
old.
sorry.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Nick in the Toyota chat. Nick, you're a legend. Go
Shout out, Nick.
Broncos. So yeah, let's get into this. So yes, rookie contracts, right?
Yes.
So the guys featured in the top 10 list need to still be on rookie contracts. Thus, the cutoff was the 2022 draft.
Yes.
Lots of 2021 draftees featured on
Yes.
this list. Less 2022.
Interesting.
Yep, isn't it?
Yes. So easy for the voters to say, "Oh, this guy just got 4 years and 96 million. Put him on the list." I think that might play into it.
Well, it is a legitimizer, is it not?
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally. And
I
that's
would
why
agree.
it's easier to put those guys
I
on
would
than the
agree.
3-year guys.
Also, it made me think: is contract year that big a thing? You know, like is contract year kind of swinging these guys to where? But yeah, we don't get to talk a lot of O-line, for example. All the young guys were like 2021
crazy.
contracts.
That is crazy.
Yeah, like Creed Humphrey, one of my best
Yeah.
calls ever.
Yeah.
He's the #1 interior O-line.
Yep.
Can't talk about it. Penny Sewell, still just 24. Mm-hmm. And this is the cutoff, 2021 draft. Which, by the way, we redrafted recently. So if you
We
want to
have.
hear a
Good.
whole redraft of that draft class, check it out. Check it out. Jeff Goodman saved us. Will Smith
Jeff
was there.
Goldblum.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Check
I mean,
for the
it really
mispronounced
was. Shout out
name
to
bingo
Jeff.
card.
that might be
Yeah.
part of my
Hey.
problem with names is I'm just kind of like short. I'm just abbreviating
Good
them when I
something.
read them. Yeah. Goodman though, that wasn't
Well, there's one that's notable now.
good on my part.
No, bad,
Okay.
man.
So the position that had the most. Actually, the two positions that had the most
Second one interesting.
was tight end,
That's right. Yes.
with 4 in the list. Partially because Isaiah Likely,
That is
quite
interesting.
young.
Yes. That
He
was not
made the
likely
list.
to me. Yes.
It was not likely, unlikely,
Yeah,
some may
jeez.
say.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not sure we're gonna get through this one today.
No, I don't know either.
We might
really
just want to
easy.
keep talking Lexi content, honestly,
That's funny.
because I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this back on track.
Trying to convince her to climb a mountain on Saturday.
I know.
No
Best of
time to
luck
talk
to you.
about that,
It
yeah.
Also, he's sending her a video to try and relax her about it. I saw part of the video.
What video?
Guys
Somebody else climbing the mountain.
climbing the same mountain. The video's a bit scary.
Yeah, I was like,
Mount
it's-
Oberlin.
Mount Oberlin. Now, Toyota
It's in
Chat,
Montana. We're going Montana.
you could help in a big
Yeah.
way if you've been there before, or you could just lie. Then we could send Lexi screenshots of the chat and you guys saying, "Oh, I've hiked that. It's
Yes,
actually
there
no
you
big
go.
Super
deal."
easy.
There you
Yeah,
Scary.
right.
And if you hike it for sunset, the walk down in the dark isn't that big of a deal.
Isn't he a genius? He sold her on the sunset at the end of it.
I mean,
Genius,
he's
right?
playing 4D chess.
We're doing our
That's
best.
now that's gonna be a dark hike down.
I told
you know
her
what
she-
I'm saying?
I told her she could bring her cameras. And if
She
there's
bring a
like
flashlight,
there's
bro.
usually a lot of like
you
goats
should bring
up
a
there.
flashlight.
Oh yeah, I mean we're not.
Maybe
You know,
if-
it's way more dangerous hiking down than it is up. You're just gonna
Especially
get
if it's dark.
tired going up.
True. And then your knees go sore on the way down.
Ankles.
Make sure you bring a
Those
flare too,
ankles.
just in case they need to find you.
That'd be sick to shoot a flare off. Of
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kinda
bring
hope we
two
get
so you
lost.
can do that. And then in case you do get lost, you have another.
Okay, football.
So tight ends, the team that have four guys on rookie contracts. Then it's edge, safety, and running back all tied at 3, with running back getting the slate edge
Yeah.
with 3 honorable mentions. And I think I would start at running back here,
Yeah.
where we have 2 guys from the same top 10 in the same draft, Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. Clear-cut top choices. It's a young man's position. Makes a lot of sense. Also, something we've talked about for a long time on the draft pod. That running back who can be a factor as both a receiver out the backfield
Yes.
and a runner just are way more valuable, 2x times more valuable.
Yes.
In fact, that whole list of running backs falls in line with that perfectly.
Yes.
James Cook is the other one on a rookie contract, and I don't know that he maybe really fits that.
I think he does.
I love James
he's a
Cook.
weird
He is
one.
one of my best calls on this list, by the way.
He to me is like an upgraded Jaleel.
Yeah, by
In
far.
that, like, because you look at like some of like the does multiple things, and say like, yeah, he really should be like your good receiver and all that sort of stuff. But a lot of what he's good at is actually just running the football. But because of his build, you're like, well, wait, this doesn't totally add up.
I did expect him to be more dynamic.
Yeah.
It does seem they don't really use him that way.
Yeah.
And they'd kind of rather have guys like Curtis Samuels and stuff do the
True.
receiving back type thing.
yeah, weird team.
Very weird
Very
team.
weird team.
And I mean, it's just like, this is where I find a hard time ranking running backs anymore nowadays. Because how valuable is James Cook compared to these other positions, really, right? You know,
Yeah.
and like, how valuable will he be once he signs that extension?
I mean, far less than he is now, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's that window is really short where you can exceed your value. After that, you really got to perform at a super duper elite level to justify that. Bucky Irving, A-Chain, Breece Hall, who all fit that same mold. Also, this list made me think we're quick to make fun of the draft nicks and people
Yes.
overemphasizing 40-yard dash times in running backs. Bucky Irving, who ran a very slow 40-yard dash time,
Yes.
a perfect example of this.
Looked fast on the football field.
And yet, A-Chain, Gibbs, Bijan even, is it that as much as the receiving ability, there's something to being a home run threat? And that needs to be properly contextualized to really evaluate these running backs, and the ones who do have that extra juice.
I mean, it sure feels valuable when you see Saquon pulling away from a defense for a 60-yard touchdown. You know,
On just a regular inside zone.
Yeah. I mean, saving yourself having to convert another 3 sets of downs
Totally.
is extremely valuable.
Extremely valuable.
It's just,
Okay.
it's the combination of the positional value and the wear and tear of the position. I mean, the 30 like age market, the running back position is far different than any other position.
And starting to almost feels like it's 29 now.
I mean,
you know?
it feels like it's almost, we're going to get to a point where it's like after the first contract,
Totally.
it's like, yeah, just let him walk.
Totally.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the Giants did that, but
And then
Yeah, that's where
That
it
we were-
gets
yeah.
hard to build. I mean, that's the other thing is like all these guys are kind of complementary pieces, right? The guy who's the star of the show for an offense, rarer and rarer to see.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, like even Bijan, like how much has he really helped that offense?
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed. Right. 100%.
It's another weird offense too. It's just like
I mean, that
only
franchise.
11 personnel. Like it's the exact same players on the field over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even know who they're going to have at
And maybe that's
quarterback.
the other piece is like a running back. The same running back can be so valuable in some situation and not valuable at all in another. I mean, if you look at Saquon, like the conversation about Saquon coming into that season, I think we said on the podcast, but he was not seen as like Saquon.
No.
People thought he was good, but it wasn't like, oh, this is going to be like a slam dunk. He was going on average with the 10.5 pick in fantasy drafts.
Yeah.
Like he was not Saquon because he was playing for the Giants and everybody's like, oh, he's a little boomer bust. And it's like, well, turns out when the offensive line lets you get hit in the backfield over and over again, there are some busts.
Is he the best
I
prospect
don't know.
we've had at that position since then? Like, would you put Bijan or Gibbs over them?
Gibbs certainly not pre-draft.
I agree.
Because I think Saquon clears them all.
Yes, I do too. Saquon over Zeke. Saquon.
Yeah.
Zeke in my lifetime, I think, is the one I've rated highest.
Okay.
I mean, lifetime
Yeah, I know what you mean.
as
Yeah.
a draft analyst.
We wouldn't be interested in your
Christian
3-year-old
was
takes.
pretty high.
Christian was pretty high.
I do
I
love him.
way overrated Fournette.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
Everyone
but
did.
Fournette's a great lesson. He didn't have that second part of the equation.
Yes, it's
You
true.
can't just overlook that, man. You
Totally.
just can't. That was a big mistake by me.
And I do think, he still had value. Like it's not
Certainly,
Trent
certainly,
Richardson,
certainly.
but like
No,
you
of
see,
course.
like he goes and wins a Super Bowl because he's able to keep your offense on schedule. It's
Yeah.
4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. Like there is valuable at that. It's just that in the regular season, sometimes you want to blow teams out. You want easy wins. You
Yeah.
need big gains and not just to play clenched football the entire time.
And that's where I thought he could get those big gains.
Yeah.
Because he did in college.
Totally.
And
But-
I rewatched too much freshman Fournette.
See, that's the thing. He was a man amongst boys at that point in time. And then when he went up to the NFL, where it was like more like closely to his talent level, he was neutralized a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Jose, for saying that. By the way,
Let's take a quick little break, Haruski, and we'll be back on the other side. So, shout out to our friends at Coors Light. As you can see, when I'm here with the boys, I have a hard time not choosing chill. You know,
I mean, when's the last time we hung out together without a big bucket of Coors Light?
I know
It's every single time.
every damn time.
Facts.
That's how we
Yeah.
choose chill. And as you can see, it's not just
Every
about
time.
the brewskis. It's about having that chill mindset, man. Being with the fellas, talking about some not just football but team building here. You know,
Yeah.
How we build a team. How are we ahead of the curve when we build the team for the modern NFL? That's choosing chill right there.
Facts.
Did you know that
Um,
after John Elway retired, the Broncos were plus 500 to win the Super Bowl going into the season with Brian Greasy?
Whoa,
That's wild.
Vikings are the favorite plus 450.
dang. That line is
Yeah.
unchill right there.
Unchill.
Unchill.
They won, what, 6 games?
I mean, I'm about to take some days off, and a silver
right.
bullet's gonna hit the hands like a
Where are you going?
Brian Greasy pick six, if you know what I mean.
It's gonna hit the knee like a,
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Yeah.
It's a staycation.
Oh, okay.
Staycation.
Yaya had a staycation as well.
That's correct. I learned the term from him mere moments ago. So yeah, learn more about living like. Oh no. Choose chill yourself. You know, choose chill. Choose chill. Live your life like there is a tomorrow by choosing chill, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, reach for a Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, you guessed it, Colorado. And then shout out to our friends at UC Health. You guys know all about UC Health. DNVR Broncos is brought to you by UC Health, the preferred partner of athletes in Colorado. Learn more about living like there is a tomorrow. Go to uchealth.org for more info. UC Health, live extraordinary. So, any more thoughts on these running backs, guys?
I mean,
guess
Bucky
my
Irving,
thought was it's time to call the Jets about Breece Hall, maybe.
You signed J.K. Dobbins, though. Otherwise, I totally agree. I mean, it doesn't prevent it. It just feels like you made your move.
True.
You came into the offseason, you 2 running backs. You now have 2.
Yep.
What, are you really going to go get a third?
I mean, unless something catastrophic happens during the season and it's
True.
before the trade deadline.
True.
Right. That's true.
If that does happen, that should be their first move.
Absolutely.
He just feels like really nice value.
Yes.
The other lesson to be learned, maybe draft running backs from Blue Bloods.
Yes.
Huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's easy to get enamored with, the Delaware guy.
Oh,
and
RJ.
like,
We were just talking about that.
I don't know. There's been like Zamir White is one at Georgia that I was like convinced he was going to be good.
Yeah.
Was not good at
true.
all.
Sure.
That's true.
Damian Harris was one. Like,
Yep.
um,
J.K. Dobbins, in a sense,
Totally,
you could
of course,
say,
Brian
yeah.
Robinson, in a
has
sense.
not panned out.
Brian
solid,
Robinson.
solid, but I thought there was
Solid,
another
though.
tier.
Solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude survived the bullet.
he did. A
Came
cool
out
video.
to many men.
Yeah, that
when
was
he, like, I honestly don't think there's a
That's-
cooler running back in the league. Like,
No,
if you're telling
that's
me he's
just about the coolest
I think
thing.
I underrated him, after I saw that. I was like, damn.
No
I
running back has
underrated
done anything
B-Rob.
cooler than that. No, I can't think of one.
I have a little bit of a take here.
Please.
Do we overrate size at the position?
That might be the correct read on this. Jake.
Because A-Chain, Bucky Irving, James Cook. I remember James Cook. I was like, I like this guy a lot. And it was like, he's only 170 pounds. It's like,
Yeah.
like, he runs pretty good. Like he has good vision. Like he's got bursts. And A-Chain, it's like, he's just fast. It's like, well, he's faster than everyone on the football field.
I think that's a great take.
Yeah.
Ashton
Also tells
Genty.
me RJ Harvey's plenty big enough
Yeah.
at the position.
Yes.
Like this whole
Not a blue blood.
205.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just looking at those names, that's
I
what came
think
to
you're
mind.
right. I think my worst calls are guys I overrated because of size.
True.
Yeah.
And I'm always
Yeah.
saying the NFL is a big man's game, but maybe the skill positions it matters more. Maybe it's specific to running
It
back.
might be.
I mean, we just need to remember that one of the greatest running backs of all time was like 5'0" in Barry Sanders. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. The other thing is there's a shiftiness, lateral mobility to these guys that I think distinguishes all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something I'm noticing and trying to observe more as like who's the guy who can really cut you up, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
Quick feet,
Vision.
shake you laterally and then take you vertically. Let's stay on the offensive side of things. Let's go to those tight ends.
Yeah. Interesting.
I
Very.
know. Did not expect this to be the young position.
No, because it never has been in the past.
It never has been. Kind of a generational change going on. I mean, it's
Yep.
either young guys or
Yeah.
old guys on
Yeah.
those lists.
Yep.
Bowers being number one, of course. Sam Laporte and Trey McBride both cracking the top 5.
Yep.
No, McBride did get his extension, but that's because he was a day 2 pick.
Oh, yeah.
Thus, he was eligible a year earlier. So he does make the cutoff as a 2022 for the purposes of the exercise, though technically he did get paid. And then Isaiah Likely with Dalton Kincaid and Jake Ferguson as the honorable mentions. What's the biggest takeaway here, fellas?
I mean, it's the youth. I mean, you kind of mentioned it, but I mean, you really mentioned it, but that's the big takeaway. Because forever, I think it was only 2 years ago when I was saying the Broncos need a tight end. The best way to do that is the way that the Vikings just had done at the time, which is say, hey, TJ Hawkinson's not really working out with the Lions. Like, things aren't working. Those are the guys you invest in. Because tight ends just take so long to develop and you have to like grow into your body. Otherwise, you're not going to be like, you're not going to come out of college as a physical enough blocker, especially the 3-year guys.
Yeah.
And so it just takes time to develop and it takes time to learn how to find little gaps in zone. And it just what you are in the early years of your career, I think you could even look at like a Travis Kelce with the slow start. All of them. But now you look and it's the young guys who are breaking out. And I think that shocks me.
I mean, how much of this is that we're actually churning out better tight ends from college?
That could be.
Well, and that's like kind of the 7-on-7 era type of thing, right? Like tight ends participate in that, and they become really good receivers.
Yeah.
Maybe Gronk next up.
And that's what all these guys are.
Yes, he's ahead of the game.
Wow.
Ahead of the game.
Brock Bowers, receiver. Sam Laporta, good tight end, leans receiver, though. That's probably what you're most excited about. Trey McBride, against the receiving numbers, it gets him up. Isaiah Likely, receiver. I think that
Kincaid,
there's something
big
to
time
that.
receiver. Yeah, I mean, Ferguson's the only of the young guys who
Totally.
isn't. No, that's the other thing is like, how much is the top 10 accounting for the blocking?
it is the voters.
But with Sam Laporta, like he didn't have crazy numbers at Iowa, though, right? Like,
I don't think so.
yeah, he only had. I mean, he had 2 good years of 600 plus yards, which is really solid for a tight end.
You have to remember the Iowa curve, too.
Exactly.
Well, the duality with Hawkinson, right? Or
No, that was
no,
Fant.
that's Fant. Sorry, my bad.
But like,
Right,
there's
he
some.
was in even worse Iowa offenses.
Yeah. There was some really eye popping stuff though from Isaiah Likely at Coastal.
Yes.
His last year, man, 59 for 912 and 12 tuds. And then the year before, he averaged 20 yards per reception and had 601 yards.
It's eye popping. Makes you think about Harold Fannin.
Yes, exactly. Like, I mean, it's kind of one of those positions where it's like if you can just do it and put up numbers, and then I'm not going to say it directly translate because this position is just so hard to actually translate. But if you have the size and you can block and all that, like the production will eventually seem to follow, or you'll see signs of it.
What if I told you Sam Laporta's 657 receiving yards? There hasn't been an Iowa player who's had that many receiving yards since. The next year, their leading receiver was Eric All.
He's a tight end.
He was. 299. Led the Hawkeyes in receiving yards.
Putrid offense.
I don't know how
You
they
almost
do
have
it.
to double any stat at Iowa.
I mean, it's hard for me to draft anyone that's not in the trenches out of those offenses.
Totally.
Honestly.
How do
Like,
people
it's
watch that
such a
football
tough
team?
eval.
I don't know.
You know, and Mile High, what's it say after that?
Sing.
There you go. 11. Says, you know, was Noah Fant really that bad, or did he just have bad opportunities? I am always had bad opportunities playing with bad quarterbacks, offensive systems. I think similar to tight end, this is my takeaway for safeties too, is
Okay.
that there's a lot of scheme related things, and there's a lot of it's in the eye of the beholder.
Yes.
And why does Isaiah Likely work out, but Kincaid has worked out less? Why does Kyle Hamilton work out, but Isaiah Simmons doesn't?
yeah.
You know, I think a lot of that comes down to what system are you plugged into? What are you asked to do? How are you utilized? How are we playing to your strengths in our scheme? You know, because sometimes there's a bit too much choice.
I mean, fit is everything, and we say that, and I think that's almost understating it sometimes. It truly is everything almost.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, do you have a role coming in? You know, do you have a good coaching staff? Are they going to be there long term? Are you just in
Right.
like development hell where it's like you got a new coaching staff every 2 to 3 years? Because at that point, I mean, shoot, man, you got to be extremely talented to really turn out
Totally.
at that point.
Yeah. I want like Isaiah Simmons. If they had just said you're a safety,
That too.
does that work out? Like, I mean, it's hindsight. There's no real answer. You'd still have to bet no. But there is a part of me that thinks like, okay, you almost got too cute with it. It's like, what do you want Isaiah Simmons to do? Like, you want him in the backfield, you want him making those plays. But what made him so special is that, you could do it from deep. Like, you're blitzing him, you're surprising him, you're still doing that other stuff, and it's just like, this is what we want you to do, so line up and do it over and over again. That's a lot easier to game plan for.
I still think about that pick. What do you have against Ohio State in like the playoff where he's playing middle of the field and went all the way to the sideline?
Yeah.
Like, how did you see that and not go, yeah, he needs to play it further away from the ball instead of, you know what, let's put him in the box and just to completely neutralize his pass coverage skills.
I mean, that really is it. With tight ends, the biggest theme I see here is a little more craftiness and nuance as a receiver and less of the mismatch freak athlete. Right?
Yep.
Bowers, the only knock is, measurements, unimpressive, didn't get athletic testing. Like, is he a freak? Turns out, doesn't matter. Trey McBride, same thing. Not elite size, maybe not an elite athlete. Doesn't seem like it's really mattered.
So
Laporta has a little more of that, but he's not Noah Fant. He's not Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
something that really kind of changed my perception on how I see that was when Cam was with the Panthers. And remember, they first tried like Kelvin Benjamin, Devin Funchess. They were thinking like big targets. We just need to give Cam big targets to throw to.
Yeah.
But then they realized, no, if we just get good separators, good route runners, if you get the DJ Moores, the Christian McCaffreys, and they create that separation, although they're smaller, those are the easier guys to throw to because they create their own separation as opposed to just being a big body where, it's a big target, but are you really, like, you're still having to fit tight windows into them, you know?
And then when you have both, that's when you have the big target, so it's hard to miss them, and you have, like, the window, so it's easy to know, like, oh, I can throw it to him. You don't have to get so cute about the ball placement. Like, that's when you obviously hit really special. Because even, like, Brock Bowers, is he the biggest tight end? Of course not. 6'3", 230, not big for a tight end.
Pretty tiny.
Exactly. But compare him to, like, a receiver. Big target compared to a receiver.
Yeah.
So, like, you still have that on those guys. Plus, if you're separating like a receiver, bang. Like, that's incredible.
I mean, I think it's kind of the takeaway from all of the lists they've published so far is that we can get a little too enamored with raw athleticism. And this isn't the NHL, MLB, NBA drafts where gambling on upside maybe has more payoff. Like, these guys are coming as more mature products, as I always like to say, coming from the second best football league in the world, which you're not getting in those other sports.
Yep.
And you need to have a little more nuance and refinement when you enter the NFL, or the window's like very, very short on your ability to kind of develop with peace, you know?
Yes.
Mailata's a great example of like a guy who was given time, was developed kind of more long-term. But if not, like look at Drew Sanders in Denver. Like the times now, Caleb Lohner's coming on in the chat. Like Lohner, we think of it as he's going to have a super long leash. By next offseason, it's like, okay, you need to start competing for a spot on the 53, or we need to make some tough decisions with that taxi squad,
Well, I think
that's what we call it in fantasy.
I think that's right. That's why it's Lohner instead of somebody else. Because to me, there is nothing that makes Caleb Lohner any more special than any other power conference 6'7" power forward. There's nothing about him athletically or anything like that. It's like, oh, that's why it's him and not this random guy from any other school, other than he now has 1 season of experience and he barely got on the field.
Right.
You have the 4 catches, they're all 4 touchdowns, but at least you have that. And if you call that as like you're 1 year into the process of converting him, well, there you go. I mean, now if it's a 2-year process, then by 2026 you've got him. If it winds up being a 3-4 year process, it's going to be really tricky.
It's tough.
Like you can keep finding space for him on the practice squad, but like you said, like the leash is never as long as you think, and he at least has that half step, that 1 step on everybody else. Otherwise, again, that's the one thing that separates him from any other 6'7" basketball player in the country.
For sure.
Draft position, I think, really separates it too. Like Mailata was a 7th round pick, right?
Totally.
Like when you're a 6th, 7th round pick like Lohner and Mailata, I think you are really viewed differently than if you were taking, say, round 3, right?
Yep.
Because if he was there's a world where Caleb Lohner, just based off his size, gets drafted high end day 3, right?
Totally.
Yep. And the outlook now looks completely different in that situation as opposed to how it was presented to Broncos country and where he was, because now it's like, if we get anything out of him, it's a bonus. That's how it's looked at, right? But if you're still drafting 4th round, it's like you expect him to do something at some point.
And you also draft those guys knowing that they're going to start on the bench, and so you value special teams more. Like
That's
you
true.
look at
Right.
like a Q Robinson and say like, it might take a second to develop. Well, guess what? He's been one of Alabama's best special teams players for a couple years. That buys you time. And when you're not thinking special teams when you use those early picks, especially like linemen, obviously, like that's just not really a thing. But I think that's the other piece, is that there's that built-in level that you're planning for this from the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great point. And that's why I'm always saying there is the pressure for a top 100 pick to be a contributor within your first 4 years. Like the gamble we're
Absolutely.
making is we're signing you to a below market value. And by the final year, by the last 2 years of that contract, you're going to kind of exceed that value. That's where the cost proposition really makes sense. After that, it's
Yep.
tough. Let's take a quick break. And tell you about our friends at Toyota. Toyota, of course, they come into the league with nuance and league-ready traits, your Toyotas. Whether it's they're great trucks, SUVs, all-wheel drive type options. They've got you covered. Perfect family car, perfect car to go get lost in the go west, young man. Get lost in our Colorado mountains. It's a beautiful thing. Anyone at DNVR who drives a Toyota swears by it. Not just the reliability and comfortability of the cars, how sleek and nice they are. Of course, they have a ton of environmentally friendly options as well, but even their customer care and how great they are to work with. So if you're in the market for a new car, visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. You've got AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. Speaking of DNVR, boy, all summer long, we've just stayed packed with events. We've got some great ones coming up. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, we've got an official DNVR and the Rapids pairing up. They're launching their new retro kit. I've rocked a couple of the old school reissue retro kits that Adidas has done for Italy's national team. They're doing that with the PIDs, and we'll be able to sell them exclusively at the bar. Tomorrow, it's going to be one of these logos, which are all-timers. Beautiful. So that's going to be incredible. That's going down tomorrow, Wednesday. Tailgates will be here in August. Before you know it, we're doing an awesome Benny Fowler film room night at the bar. That's August 1st. Going to be incredible for all you ball knowers, our draft pod people. This is the perfect place for you. Come meet Benny, watch some film breakdown. Gonna be an awesome event, first of its kind that we're doing, so would love to see you show out. If you're a diehard, of course, you're gonna get a great discount on that. That's not nice, Jose. That's not nice. I would never say that about one of your sports heroes. We've got a golf tournament coming up this Friday, and we've got another one on August 29th, which will be our last one, and I'm sure I'm missing out. I'm forgetting others. thednvr.com/events, QR code right there, link in the description to check it all out and become a diehard today to get discounts and in on all the fun. I should mention we're going to London for the Broncos. I mean, you name it. It's it's event season. It's lit. DNVR for the win, as always. Check it out and join us for some fun events at the DNVR bar or anywhere else. What topic did we leave off on there?
I think we were on tight ends.
Real quick.
Yeah.
And just looking at Brock Bowers stuff. Some terrible, I don't even want to say their name.
Good.
Notre Dame recruited NFL All-Pro and former Georgia star Brock Bowers at a position you never would have thought of. And so my dumbass gave him the click.
Quarterback?
Defensive end.
Oh, defensive end.
Scum.
I love
You know who you are.
Edge/tight end. That's the best position in football. Those athletes, that's
Game
the best.
changers.
Yeah, safeties you have Kyle Hamilton, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Kalen Bullock. Safety's so tough. I mean, we kind of saw it with Jahdae Barron. This one might be one of the toughest positions to evaluate. I think in some ways everything goes,
Yeah.
and yet nothing goes.
Yep.
But
would
it's
agree.
really, what do you need in your scheme? And then do they have the dog in them? I do think the common trait is instincts.
Of course.
Yep.
That's the most
Instincts,
pressing.
and instincts has something to you're around the ball a lot.
Production.
I think production is tied in here for sure.
Yep.
Is this another blue blood position as well?
Jerome Merrick was TCU. He was a first rounder.
Yep. Yeah, Kirby Joseph is what? West Virginia? Am I remembering that right?
Whoa.
Sounds right.
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking of Kyle Hamilton right now. He just
Yeah.
did everything. He was so fun to watch. And the body type too. He had the length. He could play a little bit more man than you were expecting out of a safety, especially at that size. He was blitzing. He was jumping 10 feet in the air to knock down passes. I mean, he was rare.
Do we put the nickel guys this high on the list? Like Kyle Hamilton, Brian Branch, like guys who, like that's kind of their shtick, to use a Dre word. Do we put them high because that's actually valuable or because it's so easy to notice them playing well? Because like if there's a deep safety who's just like he's doing his job, he's shutting things down, but he's half the time he's doing his job, he's not even on the screen. Like this, they're throwing the ball, he's just off the screen.
I think what you're describing is watch tape responsibly, because it is easy to get enamored with those things.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times those are less valuable skills.
But you
It's
do
like
make a lot of plays in that spot.
Everyone loves a good run blocking offensive lineman who's a mauler. That's
Yeah.
that's fun to see on tape, but that is the less valuable skill.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And I mean, modern defenses, they have like the deep shell, like it's a bend but don't break defense. And the way it works is you want playmakers. Or if you say you're not getting any big plays from us, it's going to take you 12 plays to get down the field. On maybe one of those 12 plays, we get a turnover. Maybe one of them's a sack that puts you behind the sticks.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a couple stuffs at the line of scrimmage consecutively that set you back. Like I think in the modern NFL, playmakers are valued so highly. I mean, maybe they always have been. That those guys who are in the nickel close to the line of scrimmage, they just have so many opportunities to make plays.
In the run game too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder if in some ways it kind of makes sense that you want your best defender right there. Or one of your best defenders. You want to invest in that spot because that's one of the spots where you really can make an impact. Like edge rushers, you can really make an impact. That's why they're so valuable. I don't know. It is weird to me.
Yeah.
Those big nickels obviously have never been more important, but that also means that when that's a position that hardly existed 5 years ago even, was used maybe a couple times to now being like an every down defense for a lot of teams. It's tough to get a read.
To me, what I focus on when it comes to safety has always been production. Can you find the football? Can you be around the football? That translates. I mean, we know that. That's kind of instincts too, right? But also just cover skills. And again, this is why I love Jahdae Barron so much. He just covers, man. Like, he's not a safety. He's a defensive back. Like, you can put him wherever you want. And if you are able to find these safeties that can cover, like, that frees you up so much on defense, especially if you have two of them to do a lot of crazy stuff.
True.
A lot of shell shifting, a lot of, kind of maybe mimicking or intentionally not mimicking offensive movement, because you can just cover all over the field. So to me, finding the football range is a big one too, especially for freeze. If you
range is huge. But are we maybe overrating range at this point because we're playing with so many, 5 DBs, we're playing so much cover 4 and obviously the cover 2 revolution, which was a big topic last season, where the single high is maybe less rare. I feel funny even saying that because literally 2 years ago we're talking about half the league has cover 3, Pete Carroll, DC disciples, and everyone's trying to play that cover 3 Seattle defense.
And then Sean
with
McVay
the single
blew it
high.
up.
Yeah,
I think the thing with the range is that a lot of those traits that give you range also help with the other stuff. Like if you've got first of all, if you're just fast, then obviously you have the range. But also if you can just get a good break on balls, you make good reads, you have good instincts, you're gonna make good reads. That's also going to show up. You would think close to the ball. like the size and the length. Like Justin Simmons, not the fastest guy, got good reads, was so long though that he could make up that last foot
And could jump
make
like
those plays.
crazy too.
Exactly. And you also, I guess with him, we didn't see it quite as much. But those big guys like that, Kyle Hamilton being a good example, you also see him just swallow guys up with all that length and man coverage too.
Yep.
And so I think range might be slightly over it. Talanoa Funga, a guy, again, it's not the athleticism that really gives him the range, it's the instincts and all that stuff. That's all the stuff that makes him special in the box too.
Instincts, plays on the ball. Yeah, that all matters for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, Kirby Joseph, he was Illinois, so I apologize for saying West Virginia.
Apologize
Final
to everybody in
season,
Illinois.
5 interceptions.
Orange uniforms. It's kind of like yellow, right?
Yeah.
Kalen Bullock, 3 years at USC, multiple interceptions every single year. Sophomore year, he has 5. Multiple pass breakups every single year. So, yeah, I mean, that does translate.
Does.
So looking through back through that draft class, like I remember Dax Hill, I liked a lot. He did some stuff in Cincy early. I don't know if he's really. He's obviously not emerged as a second-year contract guy yet, but Jalen Petrie. I think a lot of us like Jalen Petrie coming out of Baylor. He's been a good player there as well.
He had a minute, yeah, with the Texans for sure. He
But
had a
There's
he had a moment rather.
a different level though that
Yep.
that Brian Branch and Kyle Hamilton and Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yep.
were able to get to very early compared to the other guys.
Yeah, and Jose chiming in with everyone wanted to be Ed Reed, but I think it is easier now to get fun turnovers playing the slot like Hamilton, Honey Badger, than being 100% deep safety.
Because you wind up with like strip sacks and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see Barron in this.
Yes.
Um,
yes.
I also think maybe similar to running backs, these are guys who don't necessarily need premier traits,
Yep.
super rare skill sets, and you can find guys that are more run of the mill but can play the position at a high level.
Yeah. Well-rounded, I guess.
And speaking of Barron, I think that's what's kind of interesting. Like, obviously not a safety, but will play a very similar role with the blitzing and all that stuff from the slot. You throw in that he has that 4.39, and that's what kind of unlocks things.
Right.
Like, that's where you then say, like, oh, not only can we run whatever, a cover 3 or whatever, we can also just man up on third down, keep our big nickel or just nickel in Jade's case, have you follow who you need to follow and still keep the matchups we want. I think there is a level to it, but I would agree it's not premier traits.
Yep, exactly.
Never hurts, though.
Yeah, and then let's get into some premier positions here. Quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels is the only guy who makes the list. CJ Stroud is honorable mention. Offensive tackles, it's only one guy in Joe Alt who makes honorable mention. Edge is the one premier. Now, wide receiver hasn't been released yet.
Right.
So I wonder how many rookie contracts will be on that.
I mean, like, Neighbors is going to make it, right?
Neighbor.
Yeah.
Top 10, though?
He'll be honorable
He'll be
mention.
an honorable mention.
He'd be right there with Brian Thomas.
Garrett Wilson.
Lad
Brian
McConkey right
Thomas.
behind him.
Garrett Wilson will definitely be on there.
Yeah.
Just got his extension yesterday.
Right. Is he 22, though? Or is he 21?
He must be 21.
He must be 21
Yeah.
with Olave.
Interesting.
That'll be an interesting one to see. It's really just Edge who have the 3 and the 2 honorable mentions. The 3 are Aiden Hutchinson, Will Anderson, Jared Verse. So 2 guys who are top 3 picks. The other who was the top drafted edge in his class. Commonality, length, and strength. Something we talk about quite a bit. That we can get enamored with the premium trait of like bending the edge and electric first step. It's actually more length and strength that matters in the NFL. This is where the NFL, being a size game, size league, blah, 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 does come into play and does actually check out. Karlaftis, one of the honorable mentions, also checks off that box.
Yep.
Even less, maybe less length, but certainly strength.
Yep.
Nick Benito's the one who goes the other way.
Pure pass rush.
He's kind of a pure pass rusher.
Speed
He's
and bend.
also the only one who's not a first rounder of the guys still
Wow.
on rookie contracts.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right.
I mean, not even a top 15 pick, which is the commonality for the
Yeah.
rest of that group. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, and
It's clear how much of an outlier as Nick Bonito is right now, right?
Yes.
Like, especially in terms of this. I mean, you just mentioned he's the only like pure speed, bendy pass rusher. That's, I guess, my main takeaway. A lot of these other guys, especially Aiden, Will, Karlaftis, are kind of like more power set, but also just more well-rounded in that aspect.
And I
they're
think
also maybe more pure hand in the dirt 4-3 defensive ends.
Yes.
Which for a long time, I wanted that guy who could do both, right? Who had
Yep.
different outcomes, who could play in different schemes. Because I've seen Von Miller be drafted and go from a strong side linebacker in a 4-3 defense to then Jack Del Rio being hired as his DC and having to be an outside linebacker in a 3-4, right? And how valuable it was that Von could do either. Back to the sub packages and the modern NFL defense. Maybe we're just playing 4 up front, hand in the dirt
Exactly.
often enough to where that matters less. And it's more, we are kind of reverting back to that
Yep.
classic hand in the dirt 4-3 end.
Yeah, I would also just say that skill set's rare. I don't know that it's necessarily that the NFL doesn't want those speed, bendy pass rushers. It's just that not a lot of them exist. You know, you look through the top 10, Myles Garrett, that's not what he is. TJ Watt, not what he is. Micah Parsons, that is what he is.
He was an off-ball guy, though.
Certainly.
He was.
Starts as an off ball, then
But still, like when he rushes, that's what makes him special.
When I think about like Nick Bonito, I think of like Harold Landry, like that type of player
Yeah.
is like what he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just feels like there aren't as many of those.
Yes.
There's aren't many guys who are that fast around the edge that
they're more in college.
true.
And they kind of
Totally.
get weeded out.
They do
in the
because they
NFL.
get bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'cause
a
they
little
can't
bit.
play the run.
A little bit.
Because you also have to get to the quarterback in 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's a separator where it's like you can be a speed rusher in college where it's like, yeah, he's going to hold the ball a little bit. There's whatever. Everything speeds up so fast in the NFL that speed has to be special. You saw with Von Miller.
Yeah, it's true.
But
I was
Benito,
say
yeah.
my expectation for Nick Bonito was hopefully Harold Landry,
Totally.
and he blew
Yeah.
past them. I mean, no doubt.
Absolutely. I mean, that was
No doubt about that.
I mean, when we drafted him, that was the one concern, right? You looked at the profile and it was like hell of an athlete. Like you watch the film, it's like, yeah, this guy can bend, but that was kind of it. And he's obviously just gone crazy since.
I also think college production big
Yep.
with these guys, and you know what that equates to? That equates to being able to close. It's great when you get into the backfield all the time. Can you close? You know, do you have a track record of when I get there, when I get my hands on him, he's coming down and I'm closing the play? You know, you're not Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
You're not just a lot of fun flashes, but we got to it's like, no, you're
Who's back working at
you're
A&M
doing
now,
the
by
thing
way.
that matters. Yes, that's becoming a real disaster.
The Bengals, just what are you doing?
What a disaster
They are a
that
mess.
is. Yeah, no doubt. So
Speaking of that, real quick,
please,
side note,
please.
I think I was talking to Troy Rank. It was one of those guys who's been covering the team for a while. And what he said was, you know, you don't need to try to win every negotiation. Like, if you're a GM and you're negotiating, it should be a deal that makes everybody happy. Like, it's not like we need to win this negotiation against our player. It's we need to find something that makes us both happy because that's how you and the Bengals just take such a different approach. Where it's just like, we need to come out on top of this. And it's like, no, you don't really want to beat your player at something.
That's exactly it. You should want your player on the damn field.
Yeah.
First and foremost, they're holding that up.
Yep.
And then 2, you should want your player happy. Like,
Yeah.
whatever happens with this, if Shamar Stewart signs, there's already a fracture or
Guess
like
what's not going to happen in 4 years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like-
There's free agency right there.
I mean, it sets such a terrible precedent in how
course.
you're dealing with
They do it over and over. and
player
over.
negotiate. I mean, agents are never going to want you to sign
No.
in
Yep.
Cincinnati. It's just such a rough track record. And the fact that it might open the door to him coming, like,
so he can't officially go
redeclaring
back
for
but yes.
2026 is crazy.
Yeah.
Could you
Crazy.
imagine?
Yeah, but he is the power, strength and length.
He is.
He does have strength and length.
Yeah.
He's got that going for him.
Well, and
for
also
sure.
too with him, like if you actually look at like some of the advanced stats, like his pressure rate, like pass rush win rate, like those type of numbers are pretty high. It's just that literally he couldn't close the sack sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
We do like a closer.
I mean, yeah,
That's what an edge rusher does.
He closes.
He's your closing.
literally.
I mean, he really is.
Shout out Von Miller.
Yep.
Shout out Vaughn for sure. I also thought interior D line only having Jalen Carter and only Kobe Turner in the honorable
Yeah.
mentions was A, we need to consider that a premium position.
Okay.
B, like that's a grown man's position right
Yeah.
there.
Also,
And-
maybe one where young guys don't get the respect quite yet.
But I think it's
Maybe
a
they
position
get
where
overlooked.
it takes a minute to grow into it.
I agree. Yeah.
Like the younger guys are all second contract guys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams
yep.
took that jump within the last couple years, but he wasn't worthy of the third overall pick, Quinnen Williams, until
Yeah.
He wasn't Aaron Donald.
a couple seasons down the line, right?
What do you do with that
exactly.
information? Does that mean Walter Nolan first round, Mason Graham first round? Like, I don't know. It's gonna take a couple years for him to be worth it. By the time he's special for us, we're paying him market value anyway.
I think maybe the bar for some of these positions is lower, like we talked about running back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For that position, it's way high.
Okay.
What I'm also learning is if you're a good interior D lineman, you're going to have a solid 15-year career. Cam Hayward, Chris Jones, like these guys
Yeah.
stick around for a long time.
Yeah.
Wes Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the
DeForest
thing too.
Buckner, I
Yeah.
mean,
Like these guys can come in and you can have a good like 3-4 years as a rookie on your rookie deal, right? But to be like truly special at the position is, I mean, look, you're literally comparing him to Chris Jones, like Aaron Donald. If you want to get in that, like that's such rarefied air at that point that it makes sense for me to like that it takes time for those guys to really kind of reach that. So the fact that Jalen Carter has been kind of mentioned in that is it is rare, but he was a rare
is.
prospect himself.
And the numbers
yeah.
with him not super special either. Like
Carter.
if you look at like his sacks and things, they wouldn't be the numbers that you'd be like, oh, this young guy's already number 3. It's all just like, look at him. How could you not say he's number 3 in the NFL?
Well, and how much is he benefiting by being thrown into the best D line in the
True.
league and right, just
Yeah.
being a
Yep.
guy who can get after it and utilize his natural traits instead of like the featured guy on that defensive line.
yeah.
And that's where I think Will Anderson, Aiden Hutchinson are that much more impressive. It's like those guys have had to be
Yeah.
the guy on those defensive lines, and they kind of have been from the moment
Totally.
they landed in Houston and Detroit.
Well,
I-
so go ahead, Hank.
Going back to Jalen Carter, so 4.5 sacks last year. Also had 12 tackles for loss. Just for reference, like John Franklin Myers, 7 sacks, only 8 tackles for loss, so 4 less. Like we all know, Zach Allen had the great year, but again, it's not numbers with it. It's just that you look at the impact and you're just like, wow, that's strange to me. For a young guy to get respect in that way, just seems so rare.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But it might be
win a
playing in that
Sup- I mean,
defense, stealing his sacks. He's
Win a
causing the
Super
chaos.
Bowl. Yeah.
Zach Bond looks incredible. How much of that is because you've got Jalen Carter clearing things up in front of you?
To go back to something we talked about a
Win a
few
Super
months
Bowl.
ago, when we talked about offensive tackles and how like the 5-star like recruit ranking thing is something that you can kind of follow for offensive
Yep.
tackles being drafted in the first round.
100%.
Like Will Anderson, like sometimes these guys really are just freaks earlier than anyone else. Like, I mean, Jadeveon Clowney, for instance, like he did not become like the complete
Yeah.
dominant player, but like his rookie contract, he was actually like a good football player for them. And so those are the guys, because obviously they're so ready early that they emerge and become top 20 recruits, 5 stars. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
they're just ready for the next 5 years at that
Totally.
point.
And Jadeveon Clowney, kind of the anti-Nick Benito.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about Nick Benito, sure, he's not the most well-rounded. He has his flaws. The opposite is the Jadeveon Clowney, who is the big edge setting. And you look at how...
Jadeveon Clowney's Leonard Fournette in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, some of that. But exactly. And especially Leonard Fournette, he's going to go get you those 4 yards in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Like Jadeveon Clowney is going to stuff the run. And if you wound up with Nick Benito and Jadeveon Clowney as like your 1-2 punch, they're trading off. It'd make a lot of sense. Jadeveon Clowney keeps getting these 1-year deals because that's not where the value is.
Right.
That's what makes Nick Benito special. He has the rare skill set.
Yeah, 100%.
He's on his 6th team now.
Yeah.
He's got one of the rarest NFL careers of all.
Yeah.
Truly insane.
I mean,
He's both
maybe just-
underrated and overrated all at
It's
the same
crazy,
time.
man.
and even beyond the NFL, like going back to high school with all the ridiculous stuff. Just
Honestly,
a weird career.
Where would Jadeveon Clowney be if it weren't for that Vincent Smith hit in the Outback Bowl? Like how much
Wow.
did that change everything? Honestly,
Wow.
Probably a bit.
Yeah.
Probably
I mean,
a bit,
quite
man.
a bit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the great plays of the last however many years, but it's just like that play defined his career.
I mean, 100%. Everyone knows that play. Okay, this was fun. This was a good exercise. I found
Yes.
it valuable. It's fun to look at these wide receiver lists coming up.
Exercise
Until
is
next
very good.
week.
Oh, also, Jose, I sent your chat about you hiking the 72 mountains and this being the second easiest. Sent it to the girlfriend. She said, should I trust this opinion? I said yes. And she said, I'm not sure. So
Oh,
it's a
damn.
start. Yep.
Okay, Jose. Like we're in, slowly getting there. Good for
I
you.
appreciate the effort. We'll see.
All the best, guys. Mile high salute to you all. Lots of love. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Bye.
We all silly like the mayor.